Welcome back. Shortages of Black and brown behavioral health professionals in the U.S. is well documented. According to the American Psychological Association, in 2015, 88% of the health service psychology workforce was white, and only 12% were racial or ethnic minorities. UMass Chan Medical School is responding to the need for a more diverse workforce with its Dynamic Futures program. 25 students spent 4 weeks living and learning together in Worcester, from professionals in the field and from each other.
With this program, it's like making me think about like other areas in behavioral health or like careers. And I guess they were talking about psychiatry and how there's like a shortage of psychiatrists, but I never really thought of myself doing that. And since being here, I'm like, maybe like this is like an option I could do.
Like, we're all here to study more about mental health. Like, everyone here is very kind. And I really appreciate that. They're very like inclusive, open-minded. Like, they really listen to you when you speak. They're like very caring.
And joining me today is Che Anderson. He's the Assistant Vice Chancellor for City and Community Relations at UMass Chan Medical School. How are you today?
I'm feeling great.
So we just heard from two of the students who had a very positive experience in the program. Where did the idea for the program come from? And how did you find the students to participate?
Sure. I believe that the pandemic in 2020 really drew a lot of attention to the lack of behavioral health professionals, particularly those who were of color. Mm-hmm. And after conversation with our local public school principals, as well as conversations with our college presidents, we thought there was an opportunity to develop a pathway forward.
Now, had students in the program previously expressed interest in behavioral health, or was this a new interest for them?
Some expressed initial interest, but some, it was extremely new, entirely just a different idea and a different thing to try for the summertime.
So, many students over the summer really can't participate in enrichment programs because they need a job. Do students get paid to participate in this program?
They do, and they get paid well, right? Mm-hmm. We didn't want students to have to decide between enrichment and a summer job, and so we found a way to pay them for learning.
Okay, can I apply?
Of course.
Okay, all right. Now, this program isn't just about jobs, and we have to emphasize that. You have immersed the students in the community as well.
Yes, we think it's important for our students to understand that it's more than just getting paid and more than just workforce development. They have to have some sort of community enrichment because the hope is for community investment and community impact. And so we want to make sure that we emphasize that during this program.
What kind of investment are we talking about in the community?
So we're talking about finding ways to service their community, right? Learning what the different organizations and entities are that impact the community, whether it be through food security, health and human services, looking at housing, for an example, during the program. But we also want to make sure that they get to a point when they are employed and making money, that they understand the fiscal and fiduciary investment they can make as well.
Mm-hmm. Now, you gave the students a chance to learn directly from professionals in the field. Describe what that looked like.
Oh my God. Some of the most exciting moments of the program, we're seeing professionals in the field, particularly professionals who look like many of these students, express to them their journey, their aptitude, have hands-on experience through a simulation lab. We have an amazing sim lab called iCells at UMass Chan that developed 3 very specific situations for our students to learn about, to engage with, and to have some hands-on experience through CPR training or just through one-to-one dyads.
I could see your excitement level went up when you started to answer that question.
Yes, ma'am.
Very fulfilling for you.
Extremely, extremely. I truly can't speak to how impactful it's been to have young people say that they thought their idea or their dream was silly, only to come through this program and to find that there are people out there that can help them experience and hopefully live their dream.
What is next for some of these students who have completed the summer portion?
Well, we have 3 who are college aged. 2 of them are already psychology majors who are looking to further their career in that capacity. We also are going to be letting the students get mental health first aid certified to provide an opportunity for them to apply what they've learned to some of their peers. And they're going to be taking an intro to psychology course in the springtime, which will hopefully provide a free opportunity for them to get some college credits.
We heard from at least one student in our tape here who said that he felt incredibly supported and that there was a lot of kindness among the group of students. And of course, we know you've spent lots of time with them. What was your general impression watching them?
I think to have 25 students, and candidly, over the sort of 18-month window, we've had 35 students engaged in total. To have those students come together, having not known each other prior, to develop friendships, to develop relationships that'll go far beyond the time of this program, I think really just speaks to the leadership that's put this together and the opportunities we have in front of us.
Oh my gosh. College students change their minds and majors all the time. How are you going to support them moving forward? We're almost out of time.
Yes, so we have constant touch points with the students. We try to find opportunities at least once a month to engage with as many of them as possible. So, looking forward to continuing that.
All right, Chair Anderson, thank you for joining us, and a very good program. Thanks to all of you for watching. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and on X. Have a great afternoon, everybody. Take care.